Yo, what up guys, it's your boy Legendary here, and today people I'm hyped up because we're going to be doing another Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's deck profile. We're going to be doing Romin Kirishima, part of RoaRomin, a very popular character in Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's. She's known as one of the greatest female duels in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Series because she has a lot of wins. She's beaten the main character, she's beaten one of the main rivals, Roa, who's also her cousin, and she just beats a lot of characters. So in terms of dueling, she's one of the best. In terms of story, I would not say she's the best character. Definitely Akiza is number one. But in terms of dueling, she definitely has the most wins out of all the Yu-Gi-Oh! Girls at this point. So it is what it is. She's currently the best at dueling as of right now. But obviously Rush Duels is different. But anyway, we're going to be hopping into it. We're going to be getting into her Season 1 deck. And yeah, so let's just hop into it. You got Prima, her ace. Let's start off with that. Pretty cool card. You pay 1,000 life points. All face-up monsters you control gain 300 attack for each monster your opponent controls until the end phase. A pretty hefty cost. Pretty much her deck, her playstyle is about paying life points to activate different effects. To either gain advantage or gain attack points or decrease your opponent's attack points. And then she also has cards to help recover her life points as well. So her entire strategy is about paying life points, gaining life points, paying life points, gaining life points to gain advantages, and swarm the field with psychic monsters. But yeah, it's also really cool that she has a psychic deck. It's not a very utilized typing, so I'm very happy she has something different other than fairies, you know, the typical stuff, fairies, plants, and whatever other female stuff. It's mostly fairies. Alright, we're going to be getting into another one of her ace monsters in her deck. We got Esperaid, the Smashing Light. See, you pay, if your life points are 1,000 or less, you choose up to 2 monsters your opponent controls and destroy them. So this is why you need to pay a lot of life points and stuff like that, because then you can trigger off this is a very powerful effect, and there's no level restriction, which is rare to find in Rush Duels. But you need to be at a very low life point, so that's why paying life points is kind of crucial in this deck too, because like you have powerful effects that only activate if your life points are at a certain level or lower. So, or even higher, stuff like that, mostly lower. But yeah, very good card. We got Foldablitz, I believe it's what it's called. Foldablitz right here does 1,500 bird damage if your opponent's life points are at least 2,000 higher than yours. So you want to be lower than your opponent. You do 1,500, you summon this guy, you pop 2 monsters. This girl, you pop 2 monsters. So very powerful effects right there. These are very good ace monsters for the deck. So I like her playstyle. It's very unique. I definitely want to try it out. I haven't tried it out yet, but I definitely want to try it out. We got Can Read D right here. This is an ace she recently, I think, used from one of her idols. I forgot what her name was. Yeah, I don't remember what her name was. Just remind me, guys. It's in the back of my head. This is a very weird monster. There's no requirement. Choose one face-up monster 500 or less you control and return to the hand. This turn while this card is face-up on the field, you cannot tribute summon monsters 1,500 or more defense in attack position. So it's weird because it has a restrictive effect against yourself. So I don't really know what the combo is with this card. I think, okay, all these monsters have 0 defense right here. All her other aces, and this one has 1,500 defense. 1,500 or more. Okay, so basically it allows you to honestly, guys, I have no idea. I don't know what the point of this ace is. I know she has other spell cards that we'll get into later that work with this card, but this card kind of throws me off. I have no idea what the point of this card is. But it has 2,500 attack points, so there you go. We'll figure out what the combos and strategies are with that. So we're going to keep moving forward. We're going to do Psi Stage Bouncer, level 6 right there. Very nice. She didn't summon this card in the show, but it was in her hand. It was in her deck in Season 1. We have Berryssist right there. Choose one normal level 2 psychic monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. Pretty cool. I'm not going to read through all of them, but I'll read through a couple of them. Some of them are pretty iconic for her deck. We got Romic'n'Roller. If your life points are 2,000 or less, all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls lose 500 attack and defense until end phase. So there you go. Try to make sure you have low life points so that you can activate these pretty powerful effects. Especially some of the level 7 ones right there. Those are very good. She actually owns 2 of these, so you can add 2. Then we have Agent Telepath. We have Amusi Performer. We have Livedress Creator. We have Catchy Boardist, I believe. Yes, Catchy Boardist. And we have Elengel. Has 3 of those, so I'm going to add 3 of those. It helps fill out the deck. She actually owns 3 though. I'm not just adding it, but she actually owns 3. She has Eleckiss. She also owns 3 of those, so we'll add that. Then there's Romance Pick. This is a very, I believe, iconic card for her as well. I believe this has a good effect. If your life points are lower than your opponent, you can pay 500 life points, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard, and if there's a monster psychic among them, choose one monster psychic in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So that's pretty good because there's no level restrictions to that. So you just pay 500, which isn't that bad, and it's what you want to do in the deck anyway. Send the top 3. If it's a psychic, you can choose any other psychic. It doesn't have to be one of the ones you sent to the graveyard. It could be any psychic in your graveyard added to your hand. So that is powerful. And she owns 3 of those. So that's pretty good. And then there's Andoll. Send 1 monster from your hand to the graveyard. Send this card you control to the graveyard. Choose up to 2 Climax Finale and or Psychic Induction in your graveyard and set them in your spell and trap card zone. So that's good. It resurrects 2 spell or trap cards, I believe, into your... I think they're both spell cards. No, I think one is a trap and one is a spell, but you can set them both from your graveyard. Very good card. Very good card. And then the final monster, we have Howling Bird, which is going to be a key card in one of her fusions in the following season. So we'll wait to see. This is the other fusion right there, by the way, that she's going to summon in season 2 at some point. So we're going to wait for that. But for now, she does have this in the deck. All right, we're going to be getting into spell cards. We have Climax Finale, which is the card right there. You pay 100 life points for each psychic monster in your graveyard. Choose one face of the psychic monster you control, gains 100 for each psychic monster in your graveyard. So pretty good card. Does have a hefty cost, paying life points for each, but that's part of the style of the deck. That's part of the strategy, so it's really not that big of a deal. Next we have Elechic Ampoule. I'm not going to read through all the spell cards. Like I said, there's just too much. But you know the strategy of your deck. That's pretty much the point of it. We have Stardom Light. We have the anime card Amusi Performer. Another anime card called Romance Session. Then we have some real cards. So we have these 3 cards. I think she only owns 2 of them right now. So one of them we'll see in the next one. Yeah, you can add Jump Start, and Jump Up. And then Jump Set you can add probably in Season 2, which she will most likely use later. Next we got Psycho Burial, which is kind of like a foolish burial for the deck. Pay 1,000 life points, send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Then if your opponent controls 3 monsters, you can send 1 additional card from the top of your deck to the graveyard. So it mills cards from the top of your deck to your graveyard, which in Rush Duels is very important because you have ways of recycling your psychic monsters back to your hand with Romin's cards. So you actually want to make sure you mill a lot of cards, and you also have Romance Pick, Andoll, which allows you to recycle your Climax Finale and one of your other traps. So like, it's really not, in Rush Duels you actually do a lot of milling, and that's actually a good thing because you can usually special summon or recycle your monsters from the graveyard. So it's not a negative in Rush Duels at all, even though it might seem that way, but it's not. Then we have good old Greater Piercing. Yes, we have Greater Piercing right here, and I think she also has regular piercing. Yeah, she also has regular piercing right there. Good. And then we have the final card, which is Blue Medicine. A very old card, just helps you gain life points right here. She owns 3 of these in Season 2, but we only saw her use 1 in Season 1, so I could assume she has 3 of them in Season 1 too, but we only saw 1, so I'm just going to put 1 just to be safe. But if you want to add all 3, by all means, be my guest. And then for the trap cards, we have Dividing Psychic Wall, we have Psychic Induction, and we also have... not these 2 cards. These 2 cards haven't been used in the show yet, so I'm not adding those yet. And then we have 2 anime cards. We have Angry Rock, and we have Excite Time. What am I missing here? Sorry guys, I forgot 2 spell cards. I completely skipped over it. We have Lullabind. Yeah, right here. We got Lullabind. I forgot to add that in there. I skipped 2 cards. And then we have Psychic Divergence. So there we go. That's good. So now we're just missing 1 card, which is... Sorry, I forgot to actually add Psycho Burial in there. I talked about it and then I forgot to add it. But yeah, there you go. That's the main deck right there. We're going to quickly get into the side deck real quick, which isn't really a lot. We have an extra copy of Eleckiss. 1 extra copy of that. Oh wait, I already have all 3 in here? Okay, never mind. So yeah, that's not in the side deck. I have it written here, but it's not actually in the side deck. That's weird. Alright, cool. That's fine. So then we got, basically we got 2 block as the only real card, and then the other 3 are just anime cards. So you can add whichever ones you want. Don't worry about, oh, why didn't I add it in in there. I haven't tested the deck out. I haven't used it at all. So if you want to swap it out for some of the other cards in the side deck, that's fine. Don't ask me why I didn't add the card. I don't know. I just built the deck and that's it. I didn't have room for it, so I just put it in the side deck. So I still have to figure out what cards are important and what cards aren't and stuff like that. Have not tested the deck out. So just figure it out for yourself and then that's it. So then we got some trap cards right here. We have Self Fan Club. We have Psychic Raid. And we have Ego Rhythm, which is a trap card. There you go. Ego Rhythm is right here. Perfect. There you go. So that's the side deck. That's all that she used in Season 1. These are all the cards. There's nothing left. But yeah, just play around with the deck. See how it works. It looks pretty fun. I like the way she uses it in the show. It can swarm a lot. It can, you know, it does some pretty crazy stuff. I mean, she has a good winning streak in the show for a reason. Her deck is very powerful. She's beaten some really good characters as well. So yeah, she's very powerful. But yeah, that's pretty much Romin Kirishima's deck. Very strong deck, focused on paying life points to gain advantages, and that's pretty much it. She can do quite a lot. Definitely give her deck a try because it looks like a lot of fun, and I'm very interested in trying it out. But yeah, that's RoaRomin's deck. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. God bless you guys. See you guys in the next Sevens deck profile. Gotcha!